in here in Terminal 3.
Ben mijn analyse kan hebben.
How many gates are at this airport?
There are about 154 gates here, including what's called hard stands. Those are places where we can park aircraft and bring stairs to.
So then roughly each gate gets used 10 times a day if we have 430,000 damn planes a year.
Yeah, so they try to make maximum use of the gates. It's not always the case that every gate is used. The hard stands, for example, aren't necessarily used, but the gates are repeatedly used a number of times a day. So we're going past the Hammerhead. This is the international portion of Terminal 3. Most of their flights have already left. There was a number here this morning, but they've gone. They'll be back again later this afternoon. Different flights will be back this afternoon.
So how long does it take typically by the time we get off the plane to clean up the plane, reload the plane and get the plane out?
So a wide-body aircraft to turn around is anywhere between an hour and a half to 3 hours, depending on the size.
Yeah.
And the small-body aircraft are usually an hour to an hour and a half. So every air carrier wants to keep airplanes in the sky, full of people and cargo. So they try to turn their aircraft around as quickly as possible. Now we're crossing over into T1, the area of T1. This side is a domestic terminal. And that tower that you see up there, thank you, is the apron tower. So that tower is used to control aircraft on the apron. As I said earlier, they're transferred from air traffic control to apron tower, and then they're put into a gate. All the flights here are domestic. That means they're traveling within Canada. You can see all the markings on the apron. All those markings have meanings. They're essentially there to help guide the ground crews and the aircraft so that you're not mixing planes and equipment when they shouldn't be mixed. So equipment's to be parked in one place and then airplanes in another place lined up with a gate. And then the only time they come in close is when they're servicing the aircraft itself. So you can see this one's doing some baggage operations and loading baggage on or taking, I think we're putting it on from the looks of it. As well as a refueler there, refueling an aircraft that See this dark area in the middle of the apron?
Yeah.
That's where the old Terminal 1 stood. So imagine that was Terminal 1, and look at the size of the facility around it now.
This dark area.
So that dark area, that was the footprint.
That was the footprint. And the reason it's paved is because the ground is still settling, so we didn't put concrete down. We're coming to the other end of Terminal 1, and this is behind this is transporter, the U.S. traffic, but the front end piece here, which is called the hammerhead, because if you look at it from the top, it looks like a hammer, that's international as well, same as we saw on T3. So you can see the size of the aircraft here. They're big wide-body aircraft because these are the ones that are traveling longer distances.
Looks like you use 33 now.
Sam's just pointing out, you see all the aircraft are shifting now. The wind has changed, so they're going to go to another type of operation using other. We have 5 runways here, so they're going to use another configuration to fly.
Ow!
Inspection people up there.
See that little orange truck that's driving along the runway? See him going really, really fast? He's going to slam on his brakes.
Oh, that guy. Oh, wow.
Why?
When he gets down to the other end, and what he's doing is he's testing to see how the surface of the runway is.
Oh, really?
Wow.
That's a plane.
Every 4 hours we do a runway inspection to make sure there's no damage or surface damage. We got them on 30 feet there.
Sam was just telling me that they do an inspection of the runway every 4 hours, of all the runways, every 4 hours.
How fast does he go?
Well, you can do not really a regulated speed, but you need to do a safe speed that you could visually see if there's any type of physical damage or anything to the runway. So most of the travel, I mean, when I've done it, I've done 80 to 100 kilometers an hour, sometimes a little more. Towers got a tendency sometimes of trying to stick us in between flights. So you have 20 planes coming in, and as they're coming in, they'll throw us in the loop. You got to speed down the runway and then get off at a high-speed exit so the plane can land, and then they'll take us and throw us back on again, and then we go again. So once there's we see there's no damage and everything's okay, we send a report which goes to NAVCAN. NAVCAN looks at it, and if there's any issues or anything like that, you report it to the pilots.
There you go. He's got a fun job.
Yeah, it can get quite interesting sometimes. Yeah, there's nothing more of a rush that when you look in your rearview mirror, you see a 747 or something coming behind you, you're ready to land. So Towers got pretty good confidence with most of our employees when we're out on the runway. They know what we're doing. There's really no room for error, so they put us in and try to get it done because they have a tight timeline of all the planes on the ground and the gates. They'll throw us out there for a few minutes to take us off, and put us back on, and as planes are landing and taking off.
Exciting times.
And you guys said you have to do a skid test too, or you just looking at the...
They do friction tests.
Yeah,
as
we
well.
do what's called a curve-feed, Canadian Runway Friction Index.
Yeah.
So we just make sure that the surface is, it has to be to a certain number for the planes to be able to land on it. So to a certain friction on your tires so they can get proper braking.